What comes next will be marvelous.
Everything nice and clover in my shirt, there's no compare. I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. I came first, but you're ahead beyond your years. People try to find this thing you've always been. I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. When prayer answers, you walk through life just like a dancer. If I had my way, every day would be a parade. When prayer answered, you walk through life just like a dancer. If I had my way, every day would be a parade. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. And I pray you never lose your star. I'm so proud of all that you are. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. When prayer answered, you walk through life just like a dancer. If I had my way, every day would be a parade. When prayer answered, you walk through life just like a dancer. If I had my way, every day would be a parade. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. And I pray you never lose your star. I'm so proud of all that you are. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. I adore you. Ooh, I adore you.
I will not stop, 'cause I stop the movement. I will not stop, 'cause I stop the movement. I will not stop, 'cause I'm all the way alive with so much juice. So stop the movement. I will not stop, 'cause I stop the movement. I will not stop, 'cause I stop the movement. I will not stop, 'cause I
adore you. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you. Ooh, I adore you.
Got here, I was just a bit like, I don't want to be here anymore. Pull me out of this. Pull me out of this. Pull me out
Oh my God. Talk to me. I knew we were gonna dance, but we danced so hard. Touch me. Holy shit. Talk to me. Touch me. You know how to calm me down. 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 Pull me out of this.
Could've been 30, could've been a G. Should've never snitched. Why you took it to police? Now they're looking at you funny when you're walking down the street, looking at you like food, trying to see where they can eat. Me, I'm like Wallow and Gilly with the game. You don't really wanna act silly, behave. When I was on stage and a million gets made. I need that breeze. I feel sorry for Skepta, they copy these flow, but they say that it's a new flow. Imitation don't flatter me, but it's cool though. Should've ever left the guy alone in my studio. Put them in the coffin, get them on a tombstone. Yeah, I got a half of the price of a kudo. Living like a boss man, nothing like Hugo. I need that good price. When the plug turned pagan, tweaking, took an inflation, pieces needed, getting impatient, blood, everybody getting complacent, leg, work, step on the pavement, victory lap, I'm back in the station, I'm really a psycho, Patrick Bateman, if you see her with me, she's taken.
No white bitch on Depop, chillin', teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok, shawty did freelance, now she a freak, that should've never let that bitch alone with my seat, my style of bitch, skip hip, poppin' in my Reeboks, talking about a detox, busy like a beatbox, top grown up, bitch, looking like Selena, I need that, no white bitch on Depop, chillin', teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok, shawty did freelance, now she a freak, that should've never let that bitch alone with my seat, my style of bitch, skip hip, poppin' in my Reeboks, talking about a detox, busy like a beatbox, top grown up, bitch, looking like Selena, I need that.
I smoke loud, but I never get lousy. Black Swan, Darren Aronofsky. Plug said he wants 16 for the pound, but I'm trying to get it under. Rack like Saudi. Iced out watch and my diamonds ain't cloudy. 4 rings never came with an Audi. Grills like Foreman. I put my money where my mouth is and I don't want to smile, just allow me. No new friends, I got mob ties. Where would I be without the guys we get fly? Argue 1,000 times, you tell jokes till the tears come out your eyes. You know the haters hate when you're out of sight. I hear them say we sold out. Yeah, we sold out. Everything I said, humble pie. One slice cut a man down to size. Like, could've been 30, could've been a G. Should've never snitched. Why you talking to police? Now they're looking at you funny when you're walking down the street, looking at you like food, trying to see where they can eat. Me, I'm like Wallow and Gilly with the game. You don't really wanna act silly, behave. When I was on stage and a million gets made. I need that.
No white bitch on Depop, chillin', teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok, shawty did freelance, now she a freak, that should've never let that bitch alone with my seat, my style of bitch, skip hip, poppin' in my Reeboks, talking about a detox, busy like a beatbox, top grown up, bitch, looking like Selena.
You know I don't speak so much. Walk like I don't speak so much. Okay, those I like. You know I'm coming. I'll be riding around with you. I'll be riding around with you. Brother Jones, you know I'm coming. I'll be riding around with you. I'll be riding around with you. Those I like.
Yeah, 10 days in a foreign land without you here. Dead weight, I've been holding on to my let go here. Still in the rust right here. Still in the rust right here. Still in the rust right here. Right here. 10 days, 10 days, 10 days. 10 days, 10 days, 10 days.
You know I'm coming. I'll be riding around with you. I'll be riding around with you. Brother Jones, you know I'm coming. I'll be riding around with you. I'll be riding around with you. Cause I like, you know I'm
10 days in a foreign land without you here. Eyes wider and my fluids older, but you're still not here. Still in the rust right here. Still in the rust right here. Still in the rust right here. Right here.
back it up and dump it. 10 days, 10 days, 10 days.
10 days, 10 days, 10
Lift it up, so good can't get enough. That can't lift it up. Back it up and dump it. Back it up and dump it. Back it up and dump it. Back it up and do it can't lift it up. So good can't get enough. Do that can't lift it up. I got that dump truck. Do it can't back it up and dump it. Back it up and dump it. Back it up and dump it. Back it up and do it can't lift it up. So good can't get enough. Say you can't lift it up.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Y'all better leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Let's go.
And if only you could see yourself in my eyes, you'd see you shine, you shine. Now these songs will hold and hide your name. You'd see you shine, you shine. And if only you could see yourself in my eyes.
Thanks, Izzy. That was slick. So just to take you back to that first event, it was by design, but we had just a handful of funds that took part in our first event. And I want to thank Episode 1, Jamjar, Playfair, Ascension, Fuel, and Wyra for their continued support. The investor base has expanded quickly to a point where we now have over 350 funds partnering with Onstage, comprising Europe's leading funds and many of the top US funds which are active in Europe as well. This has led to a corresponding rise in the quality and quantity of startups that apply to Onstage. In the 5.5 years we've been going, we've spent literally about 100 quid on marketing. So this growth has all been organic, highlighting, I think, the desperate need for a platform like Onstage in Europe. But it also highlights just how supportive the whole European ecosystem has been throughout that time, and we're indebted to all of you for supporting us. I'd also like to specifically thank Episode 1 and DMG Ventures for their continued patience and vision in supporting and enabling Hector and I to build Onstage over the years alongside our day jobs. A couple of years ago, thanks to the likes of Glenn at HSBC Innovation Banking, Oksana at Google Cloud, and Aaron and Eric at Cooley, we realized that we could actually start generating some revenue, which we never thought we could. And this has enabled us to build out a small but high-functioning team in Izzy, Joel, Peter, and most recently, Luis. And on that note, I'd like to hand over to Izzy, who joined us 2 years ago and has really taken Onstage to the next level.
Thank you, Tom. So today you're going to see the top 20 founders out of 1,500 founders that applied for this cohort of Demo Day. And each of these founders is going to pitch in just 2 minutes. As some of you may know, the Onstage selection process is a little unique, but for those who don't, we partner with 350 VCs. Many of you guys are sat in the room today, so thank you very much. And our VCs select which founders are our finalists. We use introduction metrics. So the founders that are pitching today are the top 1% of founders that have been most sought after by 350 VCs across Europe. We haven't announced this list of finalists anywhere, so you guys in the room are literally the first people to see this cohort. All founders will be around to meet after Demo Day in the bar area where you guys first came in. And for any founders that you don't meet today, you can view our virtual program, which has the running order of everyone who's pitching, and you can request direct automated introductions to them. This is far quicker than going on LinkedIn and waiting for an invite and then remembering to message them. So I really would recommend that you do this. Ben, please could I have the QR code? Thank you. Yeah, so if you guys want to scan this, there's also the QR codes on the TV screens outside as well. So if you miss this chance, it doesn't really matter. So a couple of housekeeping things. So it's this is quite a dark room. So aside from what you're all doing now with scanning the QR codes, we request that everyone has their phones off. Founders have also traveled across the world and prepped for weeks for this, so they really do deserve the attention. And then finally, I'd also like to thank our sponsors who support this event. So firstly, HSBC Innovation Banking. And beyond banking, they're committed to building community through their founder success program, events, and introductions across the ecosystem. They help founders connect with the right people at the right time to hit their next milestone. Aside from that, we're also incredibly grateful to Cooley, Google Cloud, Remote, Novabook, Venture Comet, and Jack and Jill for their support. You'll see their teams around today, so please do say hello to them. And finally, here's what to expect from today. So once me and Taos finally clear off stage, you'll hear pitches from 21 founders. Each founder has 2 minutes on stage. You'll hear this sound when a founder has 20 seconds left. Ooh. And this sound when their time is up. Please feel free to give each founder a round of applause in between pitches. Oh, and finally, a bit of a wild card. So last week, we hosted a very last-minute hack night, and The winner of that hack night will be the final company to pitch today. So look out for those guys. They built their company in 3 hours as a team of 3, but they've actually managed to create something very, very cool. After the pitches, we'll take a short break before returning here for our fireside chat between Hector and Harry Stebbings from 20VC. Without further ado, let's welcome our first founders to the stage.
Hello everybody. My name is Valerie Leblanc and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Bling AI. So Bling is a creative platform. It's a bit like the Adobe, but we do it in a very niche vertical way for jewelry and luxury accessories. So that means everything that shines from, beautiful earrings to a watch or even eyewear. So we're the creative platform for designers and brands and retailers to bring new products to market, and we help them in 3 different ways. The first thing we do is we supercharge their creative and their designers so they can use AI, they can translate their vision, sketches, as well as keywords into realistic vision of the product, so it's a great communication tool for their team. The second thing we do is we take their CAD files and we have an automated pipeline that helps create these digital photo shoot. You don't have to build a product anymore. You can put it on one of our digital humans and take pictures of it and populate your e-com very quickly. The third thing we do is for retailers. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of jewelry is customized in this world, millions of items every year. And so having a tool that you can put in a store, an iPad, where a customer and a sales associate can design products is really the future of retail. So we do these 3 things. We're really excited for our next growth of new businesses. We're part of the LVMH Accelerator program. It's going to be our 2nd year. They're moving up to the scale version. That means that all the pilots that we've done last year were successful. We also are conducting pilots with several other luxury groups that I can't name today. And now we are raising a Series A. We're looking for investors and partners that are passionate about the future of design. And thank you so much for your time.
Hello everyone. I'm Chris, CEO and co-founder of Droid One AI. And we build an infrastructure to enable AI agents to control mobile apps and smartphones across Android and iOS. And we all know like computer use agents, browser agents, and the final frontier of AI that is actually missing is the mobile phone. So right now there are over 8 billion smartphones out there, 3.5 billion frontline workers and 1 billion knowledge workers rely on them daily. And we think in the future, every one of us will have an AI co-pilot or a highly personalized AI assistant connected to all our apps to increase our daily productivity to unlock a $3 trillion industry. But for that future to happen, AI needs access to the mobile space that is completely locked up. And that's why we decided to build the infrastructure Droid One, an open source framework to enable AI to automate all 3.5 million apps out there with just a single prompt. And as you can see, we launched 6 months ago. We are already at 4,800 GitHub stars with our 4 million impressions. We also benchmarked our mobile AI agent on the Google Android World Benchmark. We are #1 there with the highest accuracy ahead of Google DeepMind, ByteDance and Alibaba. And yeah, right now, our next steps are to launch our cloud API. So developers all over the world can scale up their operations with us, what they are building. So they have access to thousands of emulated phones, stealth mode, and can also leverage our MCP service to really kind of work wherever they want on cloud, ChatGPT, and also later on Apple Intelligence. We have 1,800 developers already signed up, 350 are in closed alpha. We have also some enterprise POCs going on. And yeah, I'm Chris, founder of Droid One AI, and we are building agentic mobile AI. Thank you.
Scams are the fastest growing financial crime on the planet. Last year, my mother lost 15% of her life savings to a bank impersonation scam. The problem is only getting worse with AI, and in the UK alone, 7 million people were scammed in the last 12 months. The banking industry is obsessed about mitigating the risk when money leaves a bank account, but that's leading to poorer outcomes for consumers and society as a whole. But there is good news. Our testing shows that if people know about dangerous signals, they're 80% less likely to fall for a scam. I'm going to show you how it works right now. Take out your phones, people live stream and in the audience, go to falcon.com/check. You can check any phone number, URL, or message. If you're not sure what to check, check onstagedigital.com. That's a real website, and you will see our ML model that's focused on manipulation techniques and deception scoring, working in real time, giving a user-friendly risk-based score. This isn't just our tool. We're also working with FIs to embed into banking apps, security centers, also chatbots, and even branch-level interactions. On my phone, I've got the signals coming in through right now. We're on 20, 30, 40. Imagine what's happening if millions of checks and opt-ins are happening across the world, across the financial information system. This is community-powered action, and it's not just about you, it's about giving greater protection to your close ones, your colleagues, and the broader people around you. Falcon is building simple but powerful digital safety tools for financial institutions to stop scams before they happen. If you want to join the movement, please find me after this. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mohammed. I'm the co-founder and CEO of SmartBricks. At SmartBricks, we're building AI infrastructure to transform real estate investing. Using our AI models, investors can source, diligence, and transact on high ROI investment properties from around the world. Real estate is the largest asset class in the world, yet despite the size, real estate investing is fundamentally broken. Your average investor takes 6 months to complete a real estate transaction, and when they have done so, they would only use 0.3% of the available data to their disposal and use 10 disconnected tools and spreadsheets to get a single deal done. At SmartBricks, we're here to change all of that. We automate and add intelligence to real estate investing. Using our AI models, we have live data feeds from over 1 million data sources, and that enables us to diligence any real estate asset against 1,000 unique data points in real time. A scale and sophistication that outperforms even the very best of institutional real estate investors. We launched in July of last year, and since then, we've done 3.8 million in net revenue. We grew 25% month over month with 30,000 investors on our platform. And we don't just grow fast, we grow really efficiently. We've been profitable from month 2 with an 83% gross margin. We're already backed by 500 Global, Techstars, and Harvard Business School, as well as angels from OpenAI and Anthropic. And our team has deep domain experience. I was previously an AI leader at both McKinsey and BCG and worked at Blackstone prior to that. Our COO was an ex-VC from Atomico and an Oliver Wyman consultant, and our CTO was the head of AI at 2 unicorn startups. At SmartBricks, we're transforming real estate investing and building the operating layer for global real estate investing. Thank you very much.
Hello. Izzy mentioned that founders traveled far and wide and prepared for weeks for this. I traveled 15 minutes by bike and prepared today. Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm the founder of Unison. I built a facial recognition company to $4 million AR and had a $1 million exit. Now I'm building a federated data harmonization layer that translates any biomedical data into any standard. A universal adapter for healthcare data to accelerate clinical development. We call it a Rosetta Stone. Currently, the process is manual and resource intensive, especially for AI companies in a $100 billion industry. My co-founder, Rory, led research and development at Genomics in dealing with this very problem. Unison can harmonize data, 50% of the data set, in 20 minutes, rather than weeks or months, saving 30% of a researcher's time. We use AI algorithms to create a virtual instance of a Rosetta Stone aligned to a specific data model. Data is then aligned to multiple models without the need for local transformation of data, keeping it de-identified and privacy preserving. We are already being used by the leading clinical research companies, including the largest NHS data network. We have closed a pre-seed round led by Episode 1 and Passion Capital. We closed our first revenue last quarter and are already on track for multiple six figures in ARR. Because the future of medicine depends on data working together in unison. Thank you very much.
Search is changing. Consumers are no longer defaulting to Google. They want more precise answers based on their intent, not cluttered with irrelevant adverts. 75% of women that say shopping online for clothing is stressful. 81% of those women say that when they actually receive the clothes, they don't even fit. This is a global problem and fashion search really needs to keep up. So what's the solution? Introducing Hey Savvy. Imagine Shazam meets Spotify, but for fashion. Seen an item of clothing that you love, simply snap a photo or describe the item, and Hey Savvy will find exactly what you're looking for, in stock, in your size, and at the best price. We have already built a world-leading fashion search engine, already outperforming the likes of ChatGPT and Google Lens. And over 1 million fashion searches are made every minute across the world. The global fashion market is worth 1.7 trillion. This is a huge economy, and search is a gateway to an entire retail opening. But search is just the start. We're building a hyper-personalized AI that lives, learns, and grows with you and makes recommendations based on your body shape, not just your previous purchases. And we are going all the way with Hey Savvy, let me tell you. In my previous role as global CEO, I scaled an international organization across 100 offices all over the world. And my incredible co-founder is a second-time tech founder, Vic Pepiat, who created a 33x return on her last business. So between us, we know how to start, scale, and exit a business, and we know how to create a household name. This is not just a search engine. This is a revolution. This is AI for good. AI that makes you look good and it makes you feel great. I'm Sarah Daniel, and I hope that you'll join us on creating a world where every fashion search starts with Hey Savvy. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Manouk Drijsma, CEO and founder of Language, the reliability layer for agentic systems. So I started 2 years ago with building an AI solution for the hospitality industry. But I had literally no idea how my users were using the application. And when it broke, I had no clue why. Traditional observability tools for software wouldn't solve that pain. So we started Language, building LLM observability, evaluations, and bringing the AI reliability layer for AI teams building AI applications. But this year, something bigger happened. While our customers were building LLM applications, AI applications, that moved into agentic systems, or are building agents. And that comes with a complete different and more complex layer. Agents, calling different tools, calling your CRMs, booking entire holidays while booking your flight or hotel comes with more complexity. And the LLM evaluations, where the world is talking about, wouldn't solve that pain point. So we're bringing agent simulations, a concept brought over from the robotic industry, where they test self-driving cars to keep them in lanes, over to agent testing. Complete full end-to-end agent testing to ship AI reliably. With this concept of agent simulations, which we shipped 5 months ago, we were able to sign our first 3 enterprises over the past quarter, bringing AI teams with that reliability layer. We're a team full committed to bring this to the rest of the world. Our team all face this pain point ourselves and are super, super committed to build the next step in this company. So if you're in this space, I'm at the bar later.
20 years ago, you would go on a holiday to beautiful Rome, Fontana di Trevi, you'll take a picture, and I bet with absolutely everyone here today that that picture is sitting at home gathering some dust. Instagram and Facebook came into the space and they did incredible things, but fundamentally allowed everyone to share what they've been up to, with whom their friends could see it, like, and comment. 10 years ago, you would strap your Garmin watch, your Apple Watch, or download the Nike running app, go quietly out for a run, tracking your miles away. No one would ever see that. Strava came into the space, and all of a sudden, everyone here knows how fast I am, how far I go, how often I go running. I used to be a Formula One engineer that took a company public, but before all of that, I was the Counter-Strike Spanish champion. And I used to play 7 hours every day. And all those gaming sessions are forever gone, vanished forever. So what we do for the first time ever is we understand when you finish your game, and every session becomes a post with all your gaming data, AI insights, and we are able to detect what's been your best play and automatically clip it for you in a nice highlight. Everything frictionlessly. And honestly, we are super excited because we built the first ever gaming activity social feed. And this is the most exciting social media network that Europe has ever produced. And it's in the biggest community in the world, gamers. If anyone is interested on what we're doing absolutely different than everyone else, come have a chat. Thank you very much.
Hello, hello. My name is Ser. I'm the co-founder of Piki. And today I'd like to talk to you about something that a lot of growth companies rely on. That's a financial plan, the well-beloved financial plan. And if you ever built one or owned one, you know how it goes. It's a spreadsheet, copy-pasting data, tweaking assumptions, building forecasts. But by the minute you're finished, it's already outdated. Sales slow down, costs start drifting, someone implies a new tariff, you never know. And all of a sudden you realize that your plan is not in sync with reality anymore. I've been in finance for 15 years, and I've lived this pain over and over again. So I teamed up with 3 ex-Tinder colleagues who I know for over a decade, and we started building Piki. Piki is an AI-native planning platform that keeps your financial plan alive with an AI signal engine. So what we do is we track the key assumptions in your plan by listening to internal data, HR, accounting, but also the outside world. Regulation, exchange rates, anything. So the minute something drifts off in your assumption, we flag it as a risk and show it in your numbers. So think of it as a financial plan with a heartbeat. Always on, always learning. So we're targeting a 3 billion plus market of growth startups that are stuck between fragile spreadsheets and the complex enterprise tools. We have the MVP live with 10 plus pilots, a mix of in-house finance teams, fractional CFOs, but also large advisory firms that serve hundreds of clients. We are raising €1 million pre-seed, mainly to accelerate the product, a bit of fruit in the office as well, but mainly to create an entirely new category within financial planning. So join us. Thank you.
AI is everywhere. You're investing in it, we're all talking about it, but businesses aren't seeing results. If I could pinpoint exactly which AI tools could save time and money for businesses globally, would you invest? Well, Prescient Labs is raising £1.25 million to do exactly that. Our process mining platform uses data science and machine learning to uncover hidden automation opportunities within company workflows. Process mining uses ERP system data to create live workflow maps. It is a £10.6 billion industry, and it is growing at 54% annually. We're a B2B SaaS platform. Individual dashboards drive bottom-up systemic change, while managerial insights bring that top-down layer of implementation and budget. We're starting mid-market and scaling upwards to enterprise through 2 key partnership channels. Firstly, we're finalizing multiple ERP system deals and beginning our integration with Microsoft Business Central. Second, we secured 2 consulting partnerships to deploy our platform to their end users. They get implementation revenue and we get subscription. We're launching a paid pilot next week with 6 more in the pipeline. We're a team of 3. We are founders from the University of St. Andrews. I am the Chief Scientific Officer. I also have a maths degree from the London School of Economics, a centre of excellence in process mining. Our CTO, Josh, is a serial technical founder and full-stack developer, and our CEO, Andreas, brings a wealth of commercial experience from working in consulting and at AWS. We are the perfect team to rebuild AI adoption from the problem upwards and make money for those who back us. Thank you.
Afternoon. My name is Emil. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Manamind. We're a game tech company automating testing for video game studios using AI bots. Our team consists of former pro gamers, an AI PhD, an Oxford grad, and a serial founder. In 2018, Fallout 76 was one of the most anticipated games of the decade. But it lost over $400 million because it was launched full of bugs. Game studios today face an impossible trade-off. Do manual testing, which is intelligent but slow, or use automation tools, which are fast but not scalable. We figured out a way to marry the intelligence of humans with the speed of machines, delivering fully autonomous testing that is fast, adaptable, and infinitely scalable. Humans rely on audio and video to interpret the world around them. And our bots act the same way. That is why, unlike our competitors, our bots do not need to integrate with the game's code, engine, or platform. We are already partnered with major studios such as THQ Nordic and Autogram, with growing demand from other huge names in the industry. But this is only the start. The value that we bring to the game industry is evident, but due to the unique way in which our technology operates, it means it can scale beyond gaming, eventually automating all software QA. We are raising £1 million pre-seed to grow our team, accelerate technology, and meet demand. Over half the rounds already committed, so if you want to join our mission of making manual testing a thing of the past, come see me afterwards. Cheerio.
Mr. Beast, The Sidemen, Kai Cenat, creators are the hottest thing in media globally. And it turns out 2/3 of Gen Z want to watch TV with the creators who they follow, watch-alongs and reaction content. Gaggle powers creator-hosted TV. We enable creators to watch TV on their streams with their audience live. We take the shows, we make them interactive so viewers play along. And brands come in because the engagement is super high and the audience is really hard to get. Average deal size, $250,000. This is TV for Gen Z. My name is Greg and I've spent 20 years building media businesses. I've been part of the management team or led 7 startups. I've had 4 exits, 2 that are still ongoing. My co-founders are Adam, who ran Twitch's branded content team globally, and James, who was one of Twitch's best product technologists. We launched 18 months ago, so how's it going? After 18 months, we already work closely with some of the largest content owners globally and have plenty more in the pipeline. Fremantle, Sony, Lionsgate, Banijay. 12 months ago, we launched our self-serve platform for creators. We've gone from 80 to 800 creators, 10x in 12 months. 6 months ago, we launched monetization. We now have a $600K run rate with another $1 million of proposals in active pitch at the moment. We're raising £2 million to scale this business just into the demand that we have. We need to scale the US team and bring on the potential that everyone has and can see. We're looking for a business partner, someone who is experienced, ambitious, and founder-friendly. If that's you, come and find us afterwards. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Lydia, and I'm the founder of Ivy, and we are building the global infrastructure for the future of the AI workforce. I started this company because I saw firsthand how the recruitment industry was completely collapsing. Companies had absolutely no idea how to hire for AI talent in non-technical roles, and to be honest, candidates were completely fudged when it came to understanding which skills they needed to actually get hired. And absolutely nothing existed to solve these two problems. Enter Ivy. We are building the global infrastructure for the future of the AI workforce. And we do three things. Number one, we predict the AI skills of tomorrow. Number two, we train our candidates on these skills today. And number three, we connect these candidates to companies at just the right time. And for my fellow data science nerds out there, we use a sophisticated self-learning knowledge graph to make this prediction. Other companies just see a slice of the pie. Jack and Jill, you guys see who gets hired. Coursera, you'll see who's actually doing the courses. But we see everything. We see which skills are emerging, who's actually doing that learning, and who's getting hired at the end of the day. And this gives us a massive data edge. It means we can improve our algorithm and our prediction model, meaning that our candidates will always be the best in the market, leading to more hires for our companies and more revenue for us. My background was in VC investing in the future of work, and I was also a data scientist working on this exact problem in fintech. My co-founder, Amelia, is a bit of a wizard. She's an ex-international athlete, ex-Goldman Sachs banker, and she's a fellow at the University of Cambridge and a published psychologist there for her work looking at this exact problem. And this unfair team advantage has been recognized by the likes of Boulderton Launched and Stephen Bartlett, my new best friend. And this $1 trillion industry is looking backwards. We are looking forwards. We monetize both sides, hitting $500,000 in ARR in 6 months, $10 million in the pipeline. In the last 2 weeks alone, we've seen a 1,000% increase of our paying candidates. All of that without a penny spent on marketing. So we are building the future of the AI workforce. Come and join us. Thank you.
There are 300 million cars in Europe. The majority are being fixed by 250,000 independent car repair workshops. They fix cars like pros. But you know what? Their front desks are a freaking mess. They mostly use pen and paper. Those front desks cost them 12 billion euro in total. That's roughly 4,000 euro per workshop per month. And they don't even make them a penny. It's tedious, repetitive work. Increasing revenue from customers through upsell, forget it. Front desks are a black hole for profit. Pilot Go reduces front desk cost by 50% while increasing workshop revenue by 20%. How do we do it? Pilot Go is a set of voice-first AI agents that work in the background hand in hand with the staff. They help the front desk schedule visits and find the right parts almost automatically. They let the mechanics document the repair with voice. And finally, they give the workshop owners a real sense of control. In other words, Pilot Go is a car repair workshop operating system. So what about the go-to-market? We are the first ones to know what parts are needed for each specific repair. This means that we own the workshop's purchasing intent the moment a visit is scheduled. Car part distributors are going to do anything to get Pilot Go into workshops they sell to because they want our AI agents to order the parts from them. We've handled 20,000, 30,000 phone calls. We've scheduled 20,000 visits in 50 workshops. We haven't started selling yet. Now we're launching pilots with the biggest car part distributors in Europe. Today, we're opening our seed round. I'm Jan, and we are Pilot Go.
Hello everyone, I'm Rob, the co-founder of Fortel, officially the least sexy company here today. If you've ever heard the song, I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt, you'll understand that we're the kind of company that always likes to keep its shirt on. Fortel is a conversational AI platform for government services. Now, we know the UK VC consensus says that government is slow, tedious, and it's almost impossible to get anything going in procurement. I'm here to tell you why the consensus is wrong. $1.2 trillion was spent on government benefits in the US last year, but the process of accessing those benefits hasn't changed in the last 40. 70% of the phone calls are missed, and it's almost impossible to get an appointment because it takes 3 months just to fill in a form, and that's even if you're in crisis. Fortel's conversational AI technology takes every call, every communication, and every SMS, checks someone immediately for eligibility, and allows someone to process their intake completely autonomously. Imagine us as the digital concierge for the state, allowing people to access benefits without the bureaucracy. To date, we've signed up 5 of the biggest government implementers in Washington state and are about to sign a 5-year multi-million-dollar agreement with our first county government. And there are 3,000 other county governments to go after and 1,000 community action partnerships to sign up after that. And that's just one country. So, if you like sexy, don't invest in us. But if you like a massive, truly underserved market with 2 co-founders who sold their last business to a FTSE 100 and a product that's in place and already saving time, money, and significant taxpayer dollars, we might be the right company for you. Thank you very much.
Law firms lose tens of millions of dollars every year because of inefficient back office tasks. Every lawyer spends over 15 hours a month on non-chargeable admin. Firms see 5 to 10% revenue leakage, and 20% of billed work gets written off. And despite a $27 billion legal tech market, there is no intelligent solution that helps firms navigate these pricing and profitability challenges. My name is John. I'm an ex-Freshfields lawyer and building Narrative, which is 1, giving Rob a run for his money for sexiest company here, and 2, building an agentic RevOps system for law firms, starting with their biggest pain point around pricing and data analytics, a wedge that is central to their business, but also means that they're able to win more work, drive and eliminate gross inefficiencies, and improve and drive top-line revenue, all while opening the door to profitability, business relationship, and data infrastructure solutions. What we've built wasn't possible to do until recently, thanks to the advances in Gen AI that is also shaping what is happening more broadly in the legal tech market, where firms are under increased pressure to drive financial transparency and adapt their business models to client demands. Because they don't have a partner or a solution to help them navigate these, we've been able to build relationships and pilots with elite international law firms that already represent 2 million in potential ACV. Every firm has these challenges. And because of our average contract value, we're able to scale quickly, exceeding 10 million ARR with only 50 of the thousands of firms that need our pricing wedge. In the past few weeks, we've been building relationships with the best firms, advisors, and industry experts. Partners that not only know the right people, but shape the industry. We're looking to drive that momentum forward to be a central player that shapes the future business of law.
Have you ever been scammed on an online marketplace, like Facebook, Gumtree, or maybe Vinted or Airbnb? Well, if you have, you're not alone. More than half of all online marketplace users have been scammed at least once. Billions are lost, but the larger cost are the hundreds of billions of genuine, valuable transactions that never happen because trust is missing. Myself, after I sold my previous company, I bought a house in London, and I'm very reluctant to put it on like Airbnb or any of these websites. I'm Remy, I'm the founder of Clanmark.com, the first and only marketplace built entirely on trust. To get in, you need 2 sponsors, and if you misbehave, you and your sponsors are out. On Clanmark, you can see through our trust graph how you are connected to every buyer, seller, renter or landlord. That trust unlocks what we call dormant supply, which are things that people didn't used to put on online marketplace. Think about, your kind of second family home with your mom china on the wall. Or maybe it's a London pied-à-terre or a spare room, which you don't want to let to a stranger. AI is about to make legacy marketplace even worse than they already are. They will become virtually unusable because of all the scams. And in that kind of post-trust, post-truth world, we will become the default place where people will go to find, good, trusted people to trade with. We're seeding our network through ambassadors. So we have this very generous ambassador program. We're also teaming up with, Parents Association. We're like sponsoring fair, or we are, matching donation in raffle. So if you're involved, please get in touch. We'd love to do something together. Otherwise, feel free to join our waitlist on clanmark.com. I escaped the guillotine.
Hi, I'm Jack, co-founder and CEO at Feather Labs. We're making wristbands to redefine how we will all control our devices around us using gestures. When the first computers came out, there was the keyboard. Now remember how the touchscreen transformed how we use all our devices. Well, my question here is, what is next? At Imperial College London, we have designed a completely new type of sensor, unlike anything on the market. It allows you to create any gesture for any use case in seconds. This includes invisible gestures, without even moving your fingers, just like magic. The technology that will win this market, that will truly scale to 1 billion users like the touchscreen, is the one that will be a platform for unlimited use cases, but also that can be easily integrated into other devices, such as smartwatches and beyond. And the market believes us. We're already partnering with some of the largest companies in the world to integrate our technology into their products. We have an award-winning team who has already won nearly £500,000 in prizes and grants, and we're raising £600,000 to deliver our first developer kit and sign our first corporate partnerships with XR Studios and AR glasses companies. Thank you.
Founders, investors, accelerators, everyone here is trying to be a storyteller in a way. And video has become like the most powerful way to actually tell the story. But I'm pretty sure like none of you actually knows what makes people stop and watch videos. My name is Azedine, I'm the co-founder of Hook, and we are making video virality a science. Over the past few years, I've been head of growth for some companies. And I've been able to spot one thing, one pattern. Every time you need to pay for attention, it's not real growth. Paid ads, influencers. But you actually, when you're making great videos and they're organic and they just go viral, this is real growth. So I started making videos myself. And I had a data-backed approach when making my videos. In 6 months, 20 million views. So I had an idea. Hook, an AI that actually analyzes millions of videos in your niche and tells you what you need to create based on the data. And not based on guesswork, not based on brainstorming in a pub. We've launched a few weeks ago on LinkedIn, 300,000 impressions. We have brand leaders from Red Bull, Gymshark, Google requesting access from our platform. We've also closed $15,000 in revenue in pilots and built a $1.2 million sales pipeline. Today, we're on a mission to create the replit for creative storytelling. And we're just starting with a foundation layer, which is cracking the algorithms. Because when creativity runs on science, you definitely have more chances of going viral. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nick. Let me start off by telling you what I am not building. I am not building a meal prep company. I am building the ready meal platform of the future. Now, if you're a customer, you come on our website and that is what you see. But under the hood, we've built this powered by proprietary machine learning, a little bit of AI, and kitchen robotics tooled all across the entire value chain. And it's the supportive thesis that I have. And it's the world is moving towards a hyper-convenience-based economy, and ready meals are part of that future. It's a growing market at 180 billion pounds, but it sucks. It's highly fragmented with over 5,000 small, inefficient operators that have no tech in their entire value chain, and they're very poor from an execution standpoint. I think this is a perfect opportunity for a tech-enabled roll-up, where I look to acquire some of these small brands, layer in the technology that we've built, and drive margin defensibility and scale. We've launched Eat Pink to test this thesis out, and the thesis is working. We launched 9 months ago, and in month 8, we hit 1 mil of ARR. This month, we've doubled that to 2. We're profitable. We have 70% gross margins compared to the industry average at 50%, and we've done this with a lean team of 4 and only 300K in angel capital. Where are we in this process? We're recycling cash flow, and we see a forward path towards 10 mil ARR, but we can always move faster and be more aggressive, and we're looking for the right partner to come on and support this journey with us. Again, we're not meal kit, we're not legacy meal prep. We are building a new category in a very demanding and challenging space. Thank you for your time. And to my parents watching from Singapore, I love you guys.
Hi, I'm Cathal. Together with Ben and Lark, we've creating audio games. We met at the Onstage Hackathon a week ago, and over a couple hours created the winning idea. A multiplayer, audio-only game, guided by AI, that you can play in the car, on a walk, anywhere. And you can play with friends who are anywhere else, too. For the first time in history, you don't need a screen to play online games. We see now as the time that audio models are intelligent enough and reliable with using tool use to enable them to create this new type of social game. The experience of a pub quiz, distributed among friends wherever they are, to play for as long as you want to climb the leaderboard, and on any topic you can imagine. Here's a demo.
Welcome to the Road Trip Quizmaster. Today we're going to be quizzing into the fantastical world of Harry Potter. My name is Dumbledore. What's the name of my phoenix?
Is it Fox?
Ah, an astute observation. Indeed, my dear phoenix is named Fox, a magnificent creature. 10 points to you.
How many points do I have?
I can tell you that your current score is 20 points. You've done quite well, my friend. Are you still there, my dear friend? Do you have any other questions for me? Or perhaps another round of trivia?
I think we've run out of time to ask Dumbledore any more questions, but if you have questions for Lark, Ben and I about audio games, we'd like to talk to you after this. Thank you.
I'm glad I'm not pitching because that's terrifying coming out here. We wanted to start off to acknowledge audio games. They genuinely met last week at the Onstage Hackathon and built the business in less than 3 hours after the 1 hour of getting to know each other. And I think you've been on a pretty cool roller coaster since, with tons of VC inbound and everything, and that's a big part of what we're trying to build here. And in terms of the other founders, you've all flown in from around the world. I think Valerie came in from the US this morning, and so massive thank you for making the effort. And you only had 2 minutes to pitch your business, but all have incredible stories. And so for VCs, you can scan the QR code to learn more about them and request introductions through the platform. We'll all be now having a short break, and we need everyone back at 4:50. We're back for them, please. Thank you.
If only you could see yourself in my eyes, you'd see you shine.
All right, hello and welcome back. I'm Seb from Scaling Europe. We are here at the Onstage Demo Day. We've just had the 21 pictures. We're about to have the Harry Stebbings Fireside chat. But before we do, I've got a couple of interviews lined up. The first with Valerie, CEO, co-founder of Bling. Can you just give us a super quick introduction?
Of course, and hi Seb, thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Bling is really a creative suite specifically designed for the jewelry and luxury accessories, the making of those.
Yeah.
And we do three things. We help the design phases, then we also help with the marketing and the retail experiences. And we're bringing AI and visual effects from the movie industry. This is our background. Both co-founders are from the entertainment businesses. And we saw a huge opportunity in tech transferring the magic from Disney, let's say, into a production of a jewelry line, etc.
That's so interesting. Can you go a bit more into detail about where this idea came from? I mean, coming from the entertainment industry, this is very different, I imagine, the jewelry world. How did you get into this? Where did this idea come from?
Yeah, the idea came, well, we always wanted to do something. So we both met at work. My now co-founder is also my partner in life. And when he proposed with our engagement ring, we met a manufacturer that built a ring for us and was so interested in sharing his pain, his friction points, and asked us as engineers and designers, how could we make his world better? And then we started socializing it with him and realized there's so many opportunities there and just decided to start Bling.
And how's it been since starting?
So it's been a little over 2 years.
Yeah.
We've seen incredible traction. We've built the product. Obviously, so to train an AI, you need data, right?
Yeah.
And so the first thing we did is we built this like black box that helps us create designs automatically, all labeled and ready to be trained. And we did that so well with special effects from the movie industry that we were like, oh my God, this data looks awesome. Like it could pass for the real object.
Amazing.
And this is when we realized that, wow, we could totally skip the whole fabrication of jewelry and go into a digital studio and take pictures of the items and replace studio photography, which would help also our partnering brands save time and cost. And we built a whole human body to wear and showcase the jewelry too.
Wow.
And so we really went all out in that vertical.
Yeah.
Just to kind of help our partnering brand do better product and showcase them better.
And so who are you partnering specifically with? Is it big jewelry brands? Is it independent stores or kind of local experts? Who are you looking to target?
Yeah, we have all kinds of different clients, from independent designers, some working for brands, bigger brands, fashion, or let's say more independents as well as very large retailers are all looking into this. So our clients are everyone involved in the industry. It's really agnostics, from a designer, a brand, or a retailer. They all can benefit from connecting to this platform where they can get images and ideas and experiences for their customers quicker and faster and better.
And how does it work from that user experience? Is it, would a user go in and type, I want to have a look at classic engagement type rings? Is it like a prompt type thing? Is it search? How does that work?
Let's talk about that. This is the most interesting part anyway. So the platform, right? The way it works is that it's a super AI that understands what you say, what you want, who you are, as well as what you give it to it. So if you give like a sketch, so it's like a super elaborate sketching platform. So you can, for artists and really good designers, they have the tools. It would replace Procreate or Photoshop. They don't have to get out of the platform. They can do all the creative handwork there. And then from there, we have a image generation workflow, and it's very sophisticated. It's not just one model for everything. We have multiple models. It's orchestrated, and it's assisting you. It's like having ChatGPT with all the models ready to go for that specific use case.
Amazing. And would you give this tool to individual users or consumers? Do you let them play around and experiment with something like this?
oh, we're inviting everyone to do this. So our dream, you ask about the big vision, right, is to democratize the design process.
Amazing,
that means that everyone should be able to enjoy the pleasure of creating something and the meaning of it when we give a gift to someone that you've created. And so that experience is really, I mean, again, we're like entertainment people. It's all about the storytelling, the magic, what it means to you. And so having great, easy, user-friendly tools that could say, take you where you are. If you're a good sketch artist, sketch. If you want to just do keywords, just do keywords, right? And everything in between, from a non-sophisticated user to a professional designer, we should all be able to use the platform.
Amazing. Would you ever go into the space of creating the bespoke jewelry yourselves? You know, if somebody comes with a design or a prompt, and would you ever say, okay, here's what it looks like in an image, and we'll create it for you?
You mean the manufacturing of it?
Yeah.
We have manufacturing partners actually.
Oh,
so
amazing.
On our platform, if you don't have your own back-end manufacturing, you can totally say, hey, I want to order this, and we have amazing manufacturing partners, of course.
No, that's really cool. I mean, you know, when I asked my wife to marry me, I remember I had a very specific design in mind, and the approach that I took was just like printing off similar things and taking it to a jeweler in Hatton Garden and being like, have you got anything like this? Or like, can you do this?
This is exactly for that.
Yeah, amazing.
That's the #1 use case. If you had like 4 or 5 images, you could just upload them and say, mix all of these together, and this is what I want, and then it would create the ring for you.
That's amazing. And then you can take it to the designers or use your own manufacturers.
You could take it to your home jeweler if you have a guy. And or just ask us and we'll do it for you.
Amazing. It sounds great. And you talked about democratizing, you know, the design stuff generally. What's the priority for the next year or two? You know, what do you want to achieve to kind of take this to the next level?
Yeah, so right now we're going with the logical of a business, right? We're part of the LVMH Accelerator program, so we are prioritizing the luxury, high jewelry layer. Need to get those contracts going, and then of course after that we are going, opening up to more people. But right now anyone can download the app. It's just we do this more white glove customization of the app for these big brands, but we really want it to be accessible to all.
Amazing. Well, look, thank you so much for taking the time. I loved your pitch. It was great.
Thank you.
And it's great to chat.
All right.
Thank you very much. And I am back with Boaz. Boaz, you are co-founder of Falcon. Great pitch.
Thank you.
Can you just give a quick recap for people you've seen 21 pictures, but like 20 seconds, who you are, what are you doing?
Sure, so I'm one of the co-founders, I'm the CEO. Falcon is building digital safety tools to help protect financial institutions' customers from scams. I mainly run product.
Amazing. In your pitch, you talked about your mum losing 15% of her total life savings. It's like a terrible thing to happen.
Yeah.
Can you touch on kind of what happened there and how your product would have kind of stopped that?
Yeah. So she'd been a banking customer for 35 years. She's a pensioner now, hardworking teacher. And she received a text message that said, we've noticed some of these suspicious transactions on your account. Please call this number. So it originated on text message. She then called the number and basically gave up some sensitive information, which then compromised her account. And the scammers drained all of her bank accounts over the course of an afternoon.
So easy. I mean, from the outside looking in, that seems like such an effective scam. And can you touch on a bit on your technology, your product, and how you're trying to solve this problem?
Yeah, so in many countries, text is the #1 originating entry point for scams, particularly in the US where WhatsApp is less prevalent. In terms of our technology, we help people identify dangerous signals in those messages, and that can come in a variety of ways. So let's say in my mom's case, if Falcon's technology was embedded in her banking app, she would be able to forward or take a screenshot of that message, or for a more embedded experience, in certain cases, we can even dynamically give a real-time alert against that incoming message without her even having to check something. That's the ideal user experience, in our opinion, for that space, and it would have absolutely mitigated the risk. There can never be zero risk, but it's infinitely better than what exists today, which is SEB, be aware of scams, don't get scammed, which is basically the awareness general messaging that exists.
Yeah, okay. And so in your pitch, you mentioned that you are targeting consumers to an extent, and we were all able to kind of have a look at that, but you're also targeting banks. Can you talk about the difference in propositions and how you're trying to like go after both groups?
So that was just an easy way to demo the product. We are a B2B company, but building for the consumer in mind. So our customers are financial institutions, not just banks, also insurers and fintechs that have risk-based proposition, like credit scoring, fintechs, etc. Anyone that's basically thinking about risk, and then our technology can be embedded in several parts of their user journey. And then as we've been an early stage company, we've been testing directly with consumers just to validate our AI approach, the efficacy of the model, things like that, getting quicker feedback loops, because selling into banks can take a longer time. But that's our main focus, is selling into financial institutions.
And how's that experience been? You know, I've spoken to a lot of founders who sell different tools, but often targeting financial institutions. They're often, fintechs are sometimes more forward-thinking, can move a bit faster, but a lot of the financial institutions are companies that are very old, very traditional. What is that sales process like?
I won't lie, it is hard. But I do think if you crack it, then you've got leveraged distribution through a trusted app, and it's harder to dislodge. So the harder it is to get in, the harder it is to get dislodged. I think one of our key themes is it's quite hard to test API and SDK-based products in financial institutions. There's an appetite to do more pre-built tools, but that often doesn't give you the ideal customer experience. So that's kind of the key trade-off of how do you package a pilot that can validate enough to get enough confidence for ARR. I think fortunately we've sort of navigated that process, and now we have a very easy way to spin up the types of tools that I demoed today that a bank can start testing tomorrow
immediately
with their employees as a starting point, and then doing like a even a branch level test.
I mean, it's interesting. I spoke to another founder who's again like B2B for financial institutions, but selling kind of like an internal tool, not a sort of user facing. He said he got 100 rejections from banks. It took 3 years to get his first yes. But he said once you've got one, because all the financial institutions trust each other, you can say, well, look, I've partnered with this one. Then there's like almost like a domino effect where everyone's like, okay, this person, this organization is a real, they've built robust technology that works. But getting that first one must be brutal. I think the market is huge, as you talked about. That scamming is such a huge problem. What's your vision 5-10 years down the line, and what's your mission? Is it to be the sole kind of like scam text solution, or do you envisage other use cases, other verticals where you can use your AI and your technology to prevent other fraud?
So we think what the world needs is a holistic solution. So text is just one use case we cover. We're quite focused on dodgy websites at the moment. Which is also pretty interesting, because now with the rise of these AI website builders, it's increasing the volume of new sites entering into the internet, which then means it's also used by scammers. So the technology can be used for good and evil, let's call it. So we think that consumers need protection at really the behavior communication layer across phone, voice, websites, messaging, when they buy online, all of these different entry points, and we want to cover all of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it is around how do you get it in the hands of the consumers, and ideally it's a large enough problem that I think there's a number of niche-based players. Ultimately, we want to be embedded in the financial infrastructure, and that's across the UK, other English-speaking countries. This is a problem in literally every country on earth, except maybe some of the sanctions, countries. And I think that's a point I didn't touch on, which is part of the theme and the stuff that you're looking at. This is a national security issue for Europe.
Yeah.
Like literally, malicious state actors are gaining access to your grandmother's information to get foreign currency, to get access about their citizens. This is not just a consumer banking issue, it's genuinely a national security problem.
That's really interesting. And when you're pitching it to VCs or investors, is that something that you're trying to index on as well? Or are you just trying to talk about, because that's like a really hot topic, like sovereignty, security, global tensions. Is that something that you're leaning into with investors? Is that resonating?
That's a good question. So what's super interesting about this space is that you have traditional cyber, okay, that's obviously been hot for a long time, infrastructure resilience, but most of the people with expertise in that space are focused on infrastructure threats. It's like preventing the company from being hacked. Then there was a little bit of the human psychology side of cyber, but employee training, which I'm sure you saw a deal, like phishing simulations, things like that. And then fraud, as I mentioned in my pitch, is focused when money leaves a bank account. It's payments. So you've got this space in between where consumers are getting totally screwed because the human psychology side of cyber is very much underserved, and 98% of global cybercrime is human psychology related.
Wow.
So that's the malicious state actors know that. And it's very cheap, and that's often the most vulnerable point is the human entry point.
Interesting. So it's all about deception and tricking people, and you're trying to create that safety layer to make sure that people are...
It's the first line of defense.
Yeah. That's so interesting. And it is that message resonating when you speak to investors, because it gets, lots of investors talk about being non-consensus, and it feels like you're focusing on the non-consensus area, right? The 98%. Is that resonating, or do you find investors are more interested in the classic infrastructure stuff?
I mean, it depends. Obviously, sometimes it's not necessarily a right or wrong answer. There's a thesis. And I think a lot of investors do say they back contrarian ideas. I would say this is genuinely a contrarian idea, but it's needed. I think the key thing is I don't come from a cyber background, and that was probably one of the initial challenges when we were raising our pre-seed. But I actually think that that's an advantage. I've worked on novel consumer-centric products my entire career. So I was at Prodigy Finance, which was one of London's first fintech companies pioneering cross-border lending. Then I was in the team that was a world first delivering a car to someone's door at Kazoo, where people said no one would order a car online, which we proved wrong. The Kazoo story is a story for another time. Happy to do another show. But that's my career.
Yeah, it was still revolutionary.
It was still revolutionary. Now every online dealership has omni-channel because of Kazoo. So that's where the outsized returns are, and those are the biggest opportunities. We actually don't want everyone to agree with us. We're not for everyone, and that's fine. We want to work with the people who believe in what we're trying to do.
And also, in your experience, lends to that thesis of being at the psychology moment, the consumer-focused moment, not that deep infrastructure play. Interesting. Well, look, Bryce, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for everything that you do.
It was great to watch you pitch, and best of luck with it all. And if you're still watching, stay tuned. Harry Stebbings is going to be on shortly. But yeah, thank you very much. I'm waiting for the thumbs up, and then I'll do a quick intro, and then, yeah. Sure. Hello, welcome back. I'm here with Jan from Pilot Go. Great pitch.
Thanks, Seb.
How did you find it?
I'm happy with it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I made it, in the time frame, so that was pretty good.
The time frame is tough, right?
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough.
And even just sitting here, I mean, we haven't got the audience here, but it must be, it looks tense to do it to such a big audience with the lights.
It's a little bit intimidating. You know, if you don't do it, often.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, look, give us another quick recap on who you are and your business. I mean, people have watched 21 pictures, so just like super quick reminder.
Okay, I'm Jan. I'm an engineer, turned founder, turned investor, turned founder again. So kind of been all over the place, and that's the cycle. And a couple of months ago, we kind of tripped over a problem that we found in the automotive aftermarket, a problem around the front desk of car repair workshops. So basically, the workshops fix cars very well. That's how they make money. But the front desk is basically very chaotic, and it's a big cost center, and doesn't really make them any revenue. And what's more, there's no way to turn this chaos around and start doing upsell. So because it's all based on paper and pen and paper, right? So it's very manual. It's not digitalized.
Yeah.
And the way we approached it is we actually came up with a set of voice-first AI agents that work in the background with the staff. So those agents they help the front desk staff schedule visits, find the right parts for the repair almost automatically. They help the mechanics document the repair, which is also gruesome. And so the mechanics can now document the repair by voice.
Yeah.
And finally, the workshop owners now have a real sense of control because they know everything what's going on in the workshop. So it's kind of like a command and control center.
Yeah, interesting. And when you're selling your proposition, who are you selling it to? Is it the front office workers? Is it the owner of a garage? Is it large kind of like chains? Who's that customer?
Well, at the core, it's the workshop owner.
Yeah.
It's the owner that has on average 4 mechanics, 2 front desk staff.
Yeah.
And they're making good money, but also they are really frustrated by a lot of the inefficiencies and not being able to move forward. And they find the tools like the digital tools available to them today, not suitable. Because the last thing they want to do is actually open up a CRM and start inputting data. It's not how the workshops work and operate, right?
Yeah.
So it's there's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of frustration, and we're exactly there, trying to help them with AI. So it's it's a really interesting proposition for them.
No, I can really understand the problem, right? It seems like an industry that hasn't modernized with technology, and that's kind of why I was asking about who you're pitching to, who you're selling to. Like, is that a tech-enabled user, or are you having to open their minds up with the possibility of AI tools now?
So the industry is obviously underserved, right? And if you look at an owner, they have an iPhone. They use ChatGPT in their private life, but for some reason they stick to their notebook, in the workshop, right? So I think that is the gap that we are trying to utilize, because if we give them the right tools that fit them, then actually they don't really have a problem with adopting AI.
Yeah, amazing, interesting. And I guess what's the vision for this? Is this to be in every single mechanic in every single country? Tell me.
Well, we're going after Europe,
Yeah.
so 250,000 workshops in Europe.
Wow.
We think we can actually really, serve most of those workshops and do it quite quickly. I got to tell you, there's a bit of secret sauce in there, because the big issue is that today those workshops are not capturing data.
Yeah.
To be able to do anything, you need to capture data.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is actually we're plugging into their telecommunications. This is the first thing we do.
Yeah.
So we plug into their telecommunications, and from the very first minute, we start capturing all of the data, all of the phone calls, everything. That kind of populates the system, so they can already, after 2-3 days, operate on it, because they already have all the data from the calls, from the conversations, from the text messages and things like that.
That's really, and you get the data quickly. Every day they've got customers calling, they've got customers coming in, and you're able to collect that and use that to Is it offer recommendations, suggestions, automate things?
So there are 4 key stages of the workflow in the workshop. So it's scheduling visits.
Yeah.
It's preparing for the visit, which is like ordering parts.
Yeah.
The third one is actually fixing the car and documenting the repair. And the fourth one is post-sales, or like taking care of the customer relationship. So there are major problems in each one of those stages. So we have the set of agents, and each one is actually has a different aim. To answer a specific need or solve a specific problem.
Interesting. Well, look, Jan, I think we're going to get kicked out of the stage any minute.
I think Harry Stebbings is going to kick us out.
Yeah, he's going to kick us out. Fair enough. So stay tuned for that. But thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
It
My
was great
pleasure.
watching you. You're a natural pitcher.
You stay here, then I'll call you. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. What an incredible set of pitches. I thought they were absolutely amazing. And can't wait to see what happens after demo day. So I know there's a lot of people in here who have a few million stashed away down the side of the sofa. So I'm looking forward to seeing who you all invest in. Now, we're moving on to the second part of demo day, where we're going to switch things up a little bit. And we've got a fireside chat, of course, with Harry Stebbings, who's going to come on in a few moments. I don't think Harry needs too much introduction, but he is, of course, the founder of 20VC, the world's largest media company at the intersection of VC and media. So Harry hosts and 20VC runs the second biggest podcast just after Riding Unicorns, and attracts 40 million downloads every month. It's pretty extraordinary numbers. From 190 countries, guests including pretty much everyone that you can imagine. So they've had the founders of Benchmark, Sequoia, Salesforce, Spotify, OpenAI, countless others. What's less known is that they also have the biggest VC TikTok. So for anyone Gen Z or the avid scrollers among us, you can visit their TikTok and get all that same content, get your same fix of Harry. They have 250,000 followers already. So I recommend you all go and do that. Without further ado, I'd love to welcome Harry on stage. Great to have you here.
Second largest podcast. Such an
We're
honour,
at 50 million at the moment.
50? Well done.
Harry, you fit a crazy amount into your day. I want to start off just getting to know you a little bit more as a person. You're doing like 30K steps every day. You're doing marathons with your mum every weekend. You're speaking to multiple LPs every week. Like, what does your week look like? How do you fit it all in?
I think venture is actually a lot easier than people make it out to be, in the way that our job is to find great talent before anyone else. I always remember Doug Leone sitting me down and saying, hey, Sequoia will always do pre-seed investing because the only thing that matters is finding the best talent before anyone else. And I think venture is much simpler than we make it out to be. We need to find the psychologically unhinged. We need to find the completely fucking deranged. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear.
Yeah, swearing's encouraged.
Oh, great, okay, thank God. Is it recorded?
Yeah, it's live streamed everywhere in the
Wonderful, okay, great. How to get cancelled in real time. But it's about finding the absolutely committed beyond belief. And the truth is, like, I have nothing else in my life. Like, there is nothing I will not do to win this game, and there's nothing I won't do to get another percentage point on the boards. And what helps with that is when you're completely unhinged, it helps because when you see someone else like that, you're like, oh, I get it. And we see each other. And so actually, detection for me is simpler.
You're looking at me right in the eye. Do you see that in me?
I don't blink. But really, it's true. And I think we kind of fetishize or romanticize entrepreneurship today, where everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. It's fucking painful. It's like eating glass. I mean, fundraising is a nightmare for most people and 99% of the time. I'll never forget, one of my dearest friends, one of the founders of Calm, said to me, fundraising is very simple. You have to repeatedly get punched in the face and learn to enjoy it. Not like, oh, that's part of it, but like, I actually fucking feed off this. And you do. And so it's not normal. And you should tell the people around you that it's not normal, because you kind of have to set a barometer that they need to adjust themselves to. I mean, my poor mum, Jesus Christ, I walked with her a marathon a weekend, which, by the way, she's 60 and she's got MS. She was told she'd be in a wheelchair 15 years ago, and she does a marathon a weekend with me, and she does Pilates for 3 hours a day. She's unhinged too, clearly. But I walk with her, and I just margins matter. I'm talking about unit economics for AI companies. And poor woman, she just has to kind of put up with it. But I set the barometer for kind of how nuts I am.
Yeah. You buy her great chocolate cakes. I've seen them.
I a lot more than chocolate cakes to eat.
Deranged people. So are you getting this sense from people, from founders, just like through the chemistry, from the connection, or are you asking specific questions?
I asked specific questions, and for years I was actually quite scared to be myself because I thought that people wouldn't like me. And then I was myself, and I realized that people didn't like me. That wasn't a joke, though. Really, it's true. But the thing that you actually get used to is the customers that you want align with you, and the customers that you don't. When I talk about 996, when I talk about unwavering commitment, when I talk about obsession, for all the people that go, oh, well, you can do this, and well, that's fine, you're just not my customer. And it's not wrong, you're just not my customer. And so I think I've felt a lot more comfortable over time being willing to alienate people. And actually, any great brand, you have people who are for or against you. Nike and Adidas, McDonald's and Burger King, Apple and Windows. And I think I've just got a lot more comfortable, honestly, being disliked. I mean, Jesus, I need therapy after looking at the comment section of a podcast. It's brutal.
But if you're not, if some people aren't hating on you, then you're not pushing things hard enough. You're not being punchy enough.
Absolutely. And that's what I kind of love about the current state of media and venture, which is it is so competitive. Like, it's so competitive, which means we have to be better. We have to think differently. You know, this year we looked at our numbers, honestly, and at the start, they were starting to flatten. We were at about 30 million a month, and they were starting to flatten. And I'm going, shit, the world is getting tired of a billion-dollar founder talking about management lessons. And they are, by the way. If you want to do anything in content today, broadly speaking, and this is without going into kind of verticalization of content, which we can talk about, but the only thing people give a shit about is news and analysis. They want to sound smart in the office and at a dinner party. And then second is AI from leaders like your Sam Altmans or your Demis or your Darius. That's it. Those are the shows that we do. It's unbelievable how binary people are in terms of what they want.
And I can confirm, so I checked with Jaden, who's at 20VC before this, and Harry genuinely works more than 996. So that is fully confirmed, verified. When you were 18 and you started 20VC, you spotted that there was an opportunity in podcasting.
Yeah.
What's the gap now that if you were 18, you would exploit and take advantage of?
Yeah, so I also realised I didn't ask any of your question beforehand, which was like, what questions do you ask to unravel?
Let's have the questions. Yeah.
It's actually important because so many, I don't care what any of the companies that we invest in actually do. I'm probably the only, and everyone's like, what the fuck? I really don't care. And by the way, I will tell the founder that I don't care. And I don't mean that in a disparaging or a lack of care way. I just put so much emphasis on you. Markets change, products change, traction changes, COVID comes. The thing that unwaveringly stays the same, my insurance when I invest, is your resilience. I don't care what your pricing model is. Seriously? I mean, this is why also so many, I think there might be VCs in the audience, I can't really see, so dangerous. But like, you actually spend time talking about this shit? And like business, like market sizing? Are you serious? You think you can estimate the size of markets? Fuck, you should be trading. Well done. When we do outcome scenario planning, Hector, are you serious? Like, you really think, I think that's the worst thing you can do at the early stage, because you will always underestimate the size of your winners. Always. So for me, I want to know, hey, what's your relationship like with your siblings? The way that someone describes their siblings will really show you how they feel about themselves. I want to know if you were in gaming communities early. You know, Toby Lutger taught me that he very much focuses on gaming community involvement. You have a lot more signal derived from a gaming community or a clan leader than from an educational institution.
We want to start speaking to founders' mums, you know? What were they like when they were a kid?
Dude, the amount of parents I speak to for Project Europe where they're like, you know, my child has an internship from Bosch, yeah? What are you going to do with them? And I'm like, give them 200 grand to build rockets. Like, it's going to be great. Obviously, I don't put on a very serious voice and pretend like we all know what's going to happen. But you know, I always want to know also, how old were you when you started your first venture? Don't get me wrong, people can start a first venture late. But generally speaking, 99% of great entrepreneurship is detected early. It's why we have the moniker of the lemonade stand. If you want to be brutal, and this will make me unpopular. A broken relationship with a parent really helps. Sorry. Yeah, if you have a really broken relationship with a mother or father, if it's a boy, money on its dad. Sadly, it's not like you're happy about it, but you're like, term sheet.
Yeah. And how are you getting into these conversations? You know, some founders will have an allergic reaction to this line.
I just don't feel like being serious.
This line of questioning.
Yeah.
So how do you get into it?
No,
How do you
they
get
love
to the
it.
truth?
It's just that
so the right founders love it, do they?
And this is the other thing, which is like if you actually, and everyone, and this is why actually I think you really should go through fundraising processes. Again, I can't see anyone in the audience, so I'm sorry if I'm insulting you, but for all the like associates and principals who don't have to raise money, it is brutal. The same questions. Why do you like this theme? How do you think about timeline for deployment? All these bullshit questions that every LP asks in the same way. And then you get someone who asks you something completely different. And someone who actually really cares about you and sees you in a different light. The customer experience is amplified so much. For a founder that's on the 5th fundraising call of the day, to suddenly have someone talk in the way that you talk to them, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. So I said maybe you don't want to answer the what's the next opportunity?
Sorry, which is, I'm just 2 secs. Like, we don't spend any time on customer experience for founders, and it's like really offensive to me. Which is like, all founders are our customers as venture investors. It's why we have a very different team at 20VC, because different customers want different things from their venture partner that they choose. Like for us, we will never, and some founders don't particularly love this, and in which case we don't have to do it, but we will never not record a call. Why? Because the second call with a VC should be a progression on the first. The amount of calls where you meet an Excel or an Index or a big brand, and it's like the associate meets first, and then the principal meets, and the principal asks, oh, tell me, how did you like technology? And it's like, well, I just said that to the associate. Every conversation needs to be a step function improvement on the last. You do that through thinking like, hey, we're going to record the calls, we're going to monitor them as a team. Sorry. What would I do if I was an 18, 20-year-old?
If you're 18 today, what would you do? How would you break in? If anything, or we can move on to number 3.
No, it's not. I don't like getting older, to be honest. No, I really don't. Like, I'm 30 next year. That's not young. Like, that's like, I feel like Wayne Rooney, where people are like, oh, he's so young, and then it's like, oh shit, he's not that young. Yeah. And so I really don't like it. And I thought the other day in the gym, where most thoughts happen, would I trade every dollar that I have to be 18 again? I thought, fuck no. No way. No. But what would I do if I was 18? I would definitely focus on specialization earlier. One, I would 100% obviously be in content, but the thing that people forget is 1,000 true fans. The only thing that you need in content is 1,000 true fans. And this is where everyone goes wrong. So I would do a very specific content series. I would interview the world's biggest CFOs and talk about resource allocation. By the way, there's like a $10 million business right there just in software that sells to CFOs and does accounting and planning. So you have an amazing kind of revenue stream there. But I would do specialized content for a small audience and then expand and expand and expand from there.
Okay, and again, winding back to 18-year-old Harry, were you thinking 2 steps ahead? Were you thinking, right, this is my route to being a VC? Or was it, this is something I'm passionate about, let's see where it goes?
No, it's one of the most annoying things for me, which is people like, oh, and then the funds came, huh? It's like, no, it was always a very specific route into venture. Every founder that I meet, I always ask, like, what is your insight development? And an insight development is, what is a way that you see the world that other people don't see? They don't share it with you. And when I was 18, I thought that we would see the commoditization of venture, meaning that there'd be this huge supply side increase, lots more money coming in, and differentiation goes to shit, basically. And so I thought we'd see that. And then I thought we'd see, and I'm slightly to blame for this, but like the celebritization of VCs, with brands being in the people, not necessarily in the firms. Kleiner Perkins used to be this brand. Now it's your Keith Raboy, it's your Eli Gill, it's your Josh Kushner. And I believed we would see that. And so the media company was really a platform to enable that. And then I very much wanted to build funds on top of it. But we wouldn't have the funds without the media company. I wouldn't do venture without the media company.
Well, I guess it got you into Stride before even 20VC.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Like, I mean, it got me into, I remember I got rejected by Excel and Felix and I don't normally name names, but it's like 5 p.m. and so I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just too old and I just don't care anymore. And they both wisely rejected me. I was like 18 years old. It was probably the right thing that they rejected me. But I just remember going to San Francisco and I was like, I gotta be so good that you can't ignore me because there's just no other way. Like, there was a small scene in London and honestly, I had nothing. I dropped out of university. The show made $2 or $3 grand a month. So sure, it's good for an 18-year-old, but like, you need to work. And actually, sometimes burning the boats is one of the most valuable things you can do in life. And I literally burnt the boats there because I just had to make it a success.
But it was so clear back then. I mean, I remember being in a board meeting with Fred Destin. I don't know what year it would have been, about 2021 probably. Company was raising 50 million, and we were like, okay, well, we're going to need to make a lot of intros for that to happen. Like, and Fred was like, well, don't worry, I've got my secret weapon. And you were, even by then, probably the best connected VC in the UK, Europe, maybe the world. And I'm sure you helped make that round happen. But it was that being so well connected, that is a superpower in venture, and presumably that is what's got you.
It is, but I think now also in a world of ARR acceleration being one of the most important things, how quickly can I get to 100 million in revenue? You know, we did a post the other day on LinkedIn for a company and it got 3.5 million in ARR directly through a LinkedIn post. Like, that's very, very meaningful. The way that VCs help companies needs to change, and I think is changing, and I think with the mediafication of venture, the brands in media companies, that changes even more.
How do you refine your product to really move the needle on companies that you invest in using yours and 20 VCs reach?
Number one is distribution. You know, now we have, as I said, 40 million players a month. It's a very, very meaningful part of the media ecosystem, and we have the most incredible media team that creates content for our companies that you can leverage on demand to create incredible content. So I'd say number one is like media and distribution. I'd say number two is fundraising. Being able to raise cash is one of the most important things you can do as a founder, and being able to raise the best cash. And in a world of AI, king-making is more important than ever. What is king-making? King-making is where signal is derived from the person and the quantum of cash that you raise. So if you look at like a Harvey and a Legora in the AI legal space, they've raised so much money so quickly, they've king-made. If you're in the AI legal space, honestly, what every single person is doing right now is going, do I want to go off against Harvey and Legora? King-made. It's really important to have access to the best cash very, very fast. But, I've done 3,000 shows, dude. There's very few VCs that I don't know personally and have the WhatsApps of. Like, we're able to make rounds happen very, very fast. So I'd say that, and then I'd say hiring. Like, without being a dick, most hires, if they kind of get a call from me and I say, you're so amazing, you should join the company, they tend to join. And so we can win candidates for people that they wouldn't normally get.
Super interesting insight. Tell us about Project Europe, your latest project.
This is probably the most meaningful work that we do. I think this is like an existential crisis for Europe. We are about to fall into the abyss if we don't all do something between the rising powers of China and the US. And they're laughing at us. And quite rightly, actually. And so this was like a fight back against the US and China to prove that we can build amazing companies in Europe. And I honestly thought, I meet the most unbelievable 18-year-olds. We should be supporting them in a way that venture ecosystems aren't. Whether you're building robots in garages or you're building drone rucksacks, which one of our Portuguese companies does, and there's absolutely no criteria that suggests you will be able to succeed, we will absolutely support you. Like, we need to support the most ambitious young people. And I think what's been so striking to me is, like, now we're 6-7 months in, we've had one company be acquired, one company get into YC, and 2 tier ones do 2 companies. Out of 10, like 4 out of 10, that's a pretty freaking great hit rate, which is amazing. And I think for us now, it's like, how do we encourage as many completely cracked, deranged 18 to 25-year-olds to not go to a university, controversial, not go to Bosch or Siemens, and build companies as early as possible?
Yeah. What do you think it can become, 10 years from now? How do you see Project Europe?
I think Project Europe will be the gateway for the most ambitious European founders to build companies. And we have a very clear metric, which is we want 10,000 person companies in Europe that we started. that's really, really important. I think not many of us think actually like, what is success? The funds, the carry, building big companies. What's it all for? Like, again, I feel old these days. I think about this more. And it's like, I care deeply about my family. I love children, and I would like to have a big family. I want my grandchildren to run around the house and my armchair when I'm 75. And I want to be able to point to amazing companies and say, I remember when we met Hector when he was starting. And I want to see their face go, wow, that's amazing. Because honestly, the money doesn't make you happy. That was a weird one. I don't drink. And, I remember, it might be overshare, but I think also like authenticity is so lacking today. I remember I made a million when I was like 21. And I sat there with, a big bottle of tequila and a packet of cigarettes on my balcony. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, wow, this isn't what it fucking said on the tin.
So what's still driving you then?
Mostly coffee. What's still driving? We have to, it's that, and this is a real thing. I actually really believe that richer investors and richer founders tend to make better founders because you lose the downside fear. There's so much, I didn't have money growing up, and it was always about protecting downside, and I was scared. I was permanently scared. And, the exercise of what really makes me happy, walking in the park with my mum and getting an espresso, and it's like £6 for 2 espressos. That's like my bar for happiness. It's like a low bar. Yeah. I can't legally drive, so a car's out of the question. You can't wear a watch in London, so, that's out of the question. I'm really messy, so a big house is out of the question. What's it about? It's about winning. And this is where you can, this is why I love being a VC. You're like a therapist. You're like, well, why are you so obsessed about winning? We have to win. There's no other way that we can do this without winning. And I wouldn't do it if we didn't win. But then it's like, well, why do you need to win? It's this desperate insecurity that you're worthy. And that's the truth.
Has that drive changed in any way over the years? Do you think it will change? Once you have your big family, maybe you do have a bigger house that's very messy. Do you think
no cars.
With no cars, a driver or two? Do you think that drive will change?
No.
No.
No, because that would mean that I become secure. No, I think
pursuit of insecurity.
Yeah, no, but it's true actually, and you want to be. David Goggins says it quite well, which is you don't want to be civilized. Civilized people don't create unreasonably great things. Like the benefits of if we remove gender from this, I'm not getting into a gender debate, but the joys of the uncivilized man and the unreasonable man, which is Mike Cannon-Brookes at Atlassian is called the unreasonable man. You will things into existence by being unreasonable. And so I think you constantly want to seek out being unreasonable.
Love it. How's your role changed over the years? I mean, I love to think of you, you're working 10-10-7, maybe we call it, or something like that. But working super hard, you're hustling. Are you still a pure hustler, or has your role changed? Are you now a leader, a manager? How have you navigated that change?
Yeah, and it's not actually easy. I didn't find it supernatural to just you're a leader and there's teams and there's people, and I really learned that most of the things that we're taught are complete crap. Culture, we have a culture. It's kind of crap actually. One, it's mostly fluffy and full of shit, and two, your job as a leader is to work an orchestra. You got a flautist, you got a violinist, you got a saxophonist. I need to know how each player plays in the band and what it takes to get the best out of them and play to their tune. And when it comes together, it's beautiful, but it takes different elements to get the best out of them. Not just saying 996 and work harder. That's not it. You need to be able to understand the nuances of your team to get the best out of them. So I think there's that. I think understanding leverage. I walk in the park every morning. And I think a lot about what I can do to elevate myself out, to do things that really matter. You said I meet 2 LPs every week, probably more. One of the biggest mistakes managers make, and it's fundraising's hard. It's because you didn't prep, and that's on you. I know it sounds hard, but you just didn't. How many managers meet great LPs consistently when they're not fundraising. They build the trust, they build the relationship. I meet 2 new LPs every single week. At the end of each one, I say, you know what, Hector, this was great. I really feel like we connected. Amazing how many connections I can have. Who are 2 or 3 great LPs that you think I should meet? Oh, well, you've got to meet Sarah and Simon. That's fantastic. If I do a forwardable email, will you introduce me? Every 2 brings 4 more. And then every update that we send out, guess what? I write a personalized email to every single one. Hey, Hector, I hope you and Simon are having fun at episode 1. I love that investment you did in Lawhive. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Harry. Unbelievable. We have like a 96% response rate for non-LP emails that we send out. I sent out last time was 197 to non-LPs. Like, that's a...
Fixers doing those for you.
I wish. But that's a lot of... I mean, that is like all day on a Sunday. I will get a big pot of coffee and just send 197. That is how you fundraise efficiently. Well, it's hard, but that's it.
Harry, you know a bit about what Onstage is doing. Obviously, you're running Project Europe. Like, what can we do together to change Europe and to bring about what Europe needs?
Like a bit of a vibe change. Like, we're all so fucking depressed and miserable all the time. No, we can't do that. That's a crap idea, isn't it? Like, why don't we all believe a little bit more that we can do something? You know, I look back now and, 18-year-old in a bedroom starting a podcast, raising over 900 million bucks. What? Really? Come on, give me a break. Yeah, kind of possible. And so I think we could all be a little bit more positive. Let's not look to the US and be like, oh, I wish we were like Silicon Valley. You know what? Silicon Valley fucked up badly because they started shitting on us. And maybe getting in trouble here. But it's a really bad idea to punch down. Silicon Valley did well when they showed us the way and just let us watch in awe. Now they started punching down. You know what I see? I see generations of young people looking at them going, really? You think you're cool? We can be bigger. You think you're a global champion and you can bully us? We can be better. I see aggression in young people to want to beat the US in a way that I haven't seen before. And so I think in the similar way that they shouldn't punch down, never a good look, I don't think we should compare ourselves to them. Oh, look, NVIDIA's a 4 trillion company. It's bigger than all our exchanges. Who cares? Like, Mattia at 11 Labs is in London. The guys at Synthesia are in London. Attio's in London. Fix is in London. Solve Intelligence in London. We have great businesses in London. Why don't we be a little bit more excited?
Agreed. I've had a 5-minute warning and a 10-minute warning, but the wrong way around, I think. So I think 10 minutes, 10 minutes remain. Okay, that's good. We've got plenty of time.
That's so funny. I've had one before where the counter stops.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my God, I have no idea how long we have. That's really hard.
So, tell us, do you think this era is more about discovery? Or do you think there's a bigger change in how founders are raising? Like, is it all about finding the best founders before anyone else? Or is there some other dynamic going on now?
There is, but you know the dynamic that's going on, which we hate? We hate it. Process. Oh my God, I hate this so much. I'm a romantic, okay? This is a 10-year journey of utter challenge and joy and triumph and pain. And you want to run a process on a Monday and you want to finish on a Friday? I don't mind the time. What I mind is being used as a stalking horse for a term sheet and then shipping that around being like, I got a term sheet, I got a term sheet. It really pisses me off. I don't mind. You know what I wouldn't mind if founders came in and said, hey, I'm here to price optimize. That's why we run a process. I want X deal at X price. Match it, we got a deal. I'll tell you straight away in the meeting if I can match it or not, and I'll pay over the odds to get something I want. I'll pay a lot over the odds to get something I want. Or it's, I'm running a process because I think I can do better than you. Well, that's fine. I'm super happy if you think you can do better than me. I'll introduce you to the person who you think you can do better than me with. And then let's see. That's totally cool. Let's enable each other.
Does that happen and then you co-lead?
Yeah, it does. We've done that often. With Andreessen often, which is I think honestly European funds are asleep at the wheel. I'm just going to put that out there. The only good, oh God, I'm really going for it now. But the only good.
I'm sat here interviewing you. This can get a lot worse.
Yeah, Creandum are crushing. We all know that. And I hate people that don't support their competitors because well played. Creandum are not asleep at the wheel. The rest, asleep at the wheel. Yeah, there are multiple companies now where the US has just come in and taken them away from European funds, and that's not acceptable. That's not okay. We just did this deal in Germany, and we did it with Andreessen, and it just slipped away from European tier ones. That's not okay. That's a really strange turn of events. People think, by the way, it's really interesting, people think they're like, oh, all the Americans retreated. UK and European founders have this really challenging, again, my biggest challenge today is that founders in Europe use European funds as a stalking horse. Okay, so it's very smart. I would recommend they do the same, but it's painful. But essentially, it's like go to European funds 3-4 days, get term sheets, and then go to Silicon Valley. Go, we have term sheets from Europe, and then you will most likely be able to start a really efficient process. But you're used in Europe as this catalyst stalking horse, and then you just have to wait. That's painful. Yeah. But this is why winning is so important. Like venture is a hard asset class anyway. If you don't win, tough. There's two types of deals today. It's like I win the most competitive, most popular, most obvious deals, or I think I'm going to go completely outside of the realm of normality and I'm going to find some random shit that no one else sees. That's the two-way to play venture, I think. And I don't think enough funds think about which camp they're in.
Yeah, and lessons from the thousands of people that you've spoken to, some of the most successful people on the planet. Are you able to sort of distill their insight and use that to best effect with building your own business, building 20VC?
100%, but also just like private mentorship.
Yeah.
Doug Leone has been phenomenally helpful to me as a mentor. Pat Grady from Sequoia has been amazing. Mickey at Ribbit. Yeah, there's so many great things.
It's all just like micro decisions. Like you're running a business, it's about making the best decision you can, like as much of the time as you can. Probably only 60% of your decisions have to be spot on. It doesn't matter if you get some wrong. Are you going to these people for specific
Very
decisions?
specific things. And I was told the other day a great one, which is like you're never wrong to do the right thing. And the right thing is often the hardest thing. And actually, it's so true. But it seems obvious, but it clarifies so much of what we do and how we think. And so I use it for very specific situations. And what's got you here won't get you to the next stage. For a long time, I played on my age. It's a cheap, easy way to win, to get impressiveness. Oh, 19, and you did this. I'm not 19 anymore, you know? You want to hear insecurity? For years, I was terrified about being Macaulay Culkin. You know Macaulay Culkin? Yeah, Home Alone? Yeah. Where's he now? Oh, his brother's in Succession. Oh, great, I love Succession. My brother calls me Kendall Roy, which I find incredibly rude. But
you're a bit proud of it.
Yeah, I slightly love it. But I can't remember where I was going.
Well,
do you have a quick fire?
I haven't got a quick fire.
You don't have a quick fire?
I've skipped some
but you're
questions
the number
so we
one
can string
podcast.
them together.
You're riding unicorns.
Yeah, it's
Did you think about dating it to decacorns?
Huh?
Not decacorns? Because that's the other truth. That's the other truth, though, which is like unicorns isn't enough. Like unicorns is not enough. Mm-hmm. It sounds super awful, and I'm sorry to say it, but like $1 billion. Say you come in with a 10% entry and you get diluted 50%. You're at 5% when you sell for $1 billion. 50 million.
We have time for one more question.
I'm sorry.
So, last 10 years, it's all been podcasting. Like, do you think? I mean, you talked about the flattening out.
I mean, it's not all been podcasting. I have done some other things. That's the first time I've been out of a recording studio.
Podcasting and gym. And the next 10 years
and funds.
What's the next 10 years? Like, do you think podcasting's gonna keep?
It's gonna be a thing.
Going to be a thing. Video. You've moved into video a bit more.
Yeah.
Short form.
Do I think we'll keep
Books.
going with media? Oh, fuck no, we've been offered so many book things, and I'm like, no, I tweet because I can't write. I don't read. I don't know if you ever watch the Collisons, and there's the bookshelves behind them, and they've read every book ever written, and you're like, gosh, I struggle to get up in the morning. Well done. No, I think a lot about the next 30 years. This is another thing. Any founder that's like, oh, my next thing. I don't have a next thing. Death, but other than that, I'm pretty...
Not that old.
No, but I don't ever want to do anything else. And it's so important to have extremely long-term views on the next 30, 40 years. And so yeah, I think implicitly that we need to continue to build new products that founders want to buy, whether it's Project Europe, whether it's we have these sub-funds, 20 sales, 20 product, 20 growth, where we have the best operators from these different fields all working under the 20 VC umbrella, whether it's growth funds, whether it's public funds, whether it's fund of funds, whether it's secondary funds. Our job is to continuously evolve to our two customers, and there's two customers in venture. There's LPs and there's founders. And they're equally as important in many respects. Like, you don't have a business if you don't have LPs. I don't think enough people really appreciate the partnership on that side either. Like, huge debt of gratitude to them. But we have to keep evolving. And like, I think venture is helpful now because it is so competitive. And so you're forced to be better every single day.
Harry, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on I was about to say on the show. This isn't Riding Unicorns. Having you on stage. And yeah, I mean, you've given us a ton of insight about, you know, growing 20 VC, about...
Dude, I'm terrified about this being live streamed. I'm like, oh.
Next few years in Europe, you know, lifting a little bit on, you know, what makes Harry Harry as well, which I think we all really appreciate. So can we all put our hands together, please, for Harry Stebbings? Fantastic. It's been an incredible day, to be honest. I mean, I think the in-person element has been a breakthrough. I can't imagine us going back to online. So pitches were amazing. Harry was, of course, predictably fantastic. It's kind of a funny thing interviewing an interviewer, so I'm sure like we'll probably catch up after this and sort of give each other some tips and feedback. So let's see what happens there. But I think there's some housekeeping that I have to say. So no, everyone's been using the QR codes already, so do go ahead and make as many intros to the founders as you can. And anything else to mention? No, I mean, apart from thank yous, we are all done. So everyone in this room, the founders, incredible pitches, of course our sponsors, they keep the lights on. And before we really wrap up, I just want to say a huge heartfelt thank you to the Onstage team for pulling together such an extraordinary day. So Joel, Izzy, Taus, Luis, I think we should put our hands together for all of them. And we'll see you downstairs for the after party.